So this is my pile of runoff, which is a huge pile. It's kind of pretty in a dark way. But what I'm doing, I'm scraping it onto my canvas, another canvas, and it's basically brown. I want it kind of in the middle. And I'm going to take this color, which is kind of a whitish. I am going to swap this over my brown. Okay. Torch. We're just going to start moving it. Cool. So that looks pretty cool. Which goes to show that even though all your paint that's left on your runoff is kind of mud, sometimes it's a pretty mud. Like that was actually a pretty color brown, so why not use it? I've also taken, if I get a color, I mix it all up and it just makes a nice color for something, so I scrape it up and put it in a bottle. A little more torching. This was a lot of air bubbles. Anyway, that particular technique is what I call a scrape and dump. And I've done it quite a bit, and I've gotten some really interesting pours out of them because I just scrape off what's on my surface is glass. I had plexiglass, but this one is glass, so it's really easy to scrape. And I have it overhanging the edge of the counter so I can put my canvas right below it and just go to town. So this one actually might be really cool. But as usual, we'll have to wait to dry to see. It could, who knows, change, something could happen. A fly could take a stroll across the middle of it, which lately has been happening way more than I like. I've actually got a fly tape up here because they've just been invading me lately. So lots of cells, big cells. I mean, this cell is like 2 inches. And a lot of cool stuff going on. So I'll set that aside to dry and we shall see. Hey, poor people. This is my mud pie after it dried. You can see the the lacing or webbing or whatever you want to call it opened up quite a bit. And while the painting itself, it's nothing, I don't know, spectacular, some very interesting things happened. Hopefully I can show this. It became all textured, and they're not cracks. They are texture. It's all textured. Everywhere there's white, there you can see it a little bit. Everywhere there's white, they're raised. And there's also a little texture in the dark color. You can see that. And I just think it's really cool. Looks like some kind of alligator skin or... And a lot of people worry about, you know, I mean, I've seen some horrible cracking. I've never gotten it, so I'm not sure how people get that, but I just find this very interesting. So, and the only reason I can think this happened is that the, well, for one, the white paint I was using, it was this really old white, off-white house paint, and it kept separating in the bottle, so I'd have to shake it up every time. And so it may have been that, or I noticed when I poured it and it mixed, it was really thin. It thinned out quite a bit, and so it may have been the difference in viscosity between the brown and the white. So it's something I want to experiment with a little more, just because I really like that. I like the way it feels too. It just feels cool. So anyway, that's the mud pie. And I will talk to you another time. See ya.